Life structure. Why is this important? And what do we mean by life structure? And how can this keep us sane and also balanced throughout life? Right. I think it's important to determine what life structure is, right? Life structure is, as it sounds, is how you're structuring your life to allow you to, live the most fulfilling life. This is the whole goal of some of these videos, to inspire you to live a more fulfilling life and get more out of the time you have within the life you're given, right? Everyone has different lifestyles, everyone has different life stories, backgrounds. So how can you, the situation you're in, balance your life and structure it to give you that maximum fulfillment? Obviously, fulfillment is subjective in terms of what you feel fulfills you in life. However, I think there is a base subset of almost a checklist that will give you that fulfillment feeling throughout life. So life structure, I think it's important to understand. We're going to be talking about the analogy of putting all your eggs in one basket. So let's say the analogy, putting your eggs all in one basket means you're literally putting all of your effort and all of your time and energy into this one basket, whatever that may be. Let's say we're going to give some more examples. We love examples. Put all your eggs into playing an instrument, all your eggs into one person, all your eggs into your career, all your eggs into fitness. So what happens here is you're giving as much energy as you can into this one specific topic. What happens? Well, let's say someone removes a topic like that, instantly gone. What do you think is going to happen? If you've been doing, this specific topic for a good couple of weeks, you're going to, by that time, have been used to it and created a habit and mindset around that topic. If someone instantly removes it or it gets taken away for whatever reason, how will you react? How will the body react? Well, unfortunately, if you yourself are not used to rejection or removing yourself from the comfort zone, this is going to be a massive shock to you, like an insane amount of shock, and could even lead to ego death. Experience myself, hence why I think I've got a good amount of knowledge to talk about this specific subject. Once all my eggs are in one basket, this will create this structural balance that is purely based on one pillar, right? Let's say you get your fulfillment or your only source of happiness is from playing this instrument. If someone removes this instrument, you're not going to know how to create happiness within yourself, right? That balance you didn't create any balance. Once that one object or thing that was taken away, that was causing you this happiness, is gone, your happiness is gone, right? And so this is why life structure is important, because if you have a structured life, you have more and more pillars to keep you up. So if one pillar gets knocked, as they do in life, you have the rest to keep you up. So you ask me, how do we avoid this? How do we create this balance that you're talking about? Excellent question. And the easiest thing to do is spread your eggs in as many baskets as you can. As I put in a previous podcast that I did, put your finger in as many holes as you can. And by that I mean try and experiment with as many different topics or just things in life that you can to allow yourself to find fulfillment in different places. So I think if we keep on with the example of this happiness source, we'll have a happiness source from playing this instrument, learning this language, hanging out with these people, hanging out with those people, hanging out with my family, and you create a big circle. And if you imagine these are pillars holding yourself up, if one falls, for a day, a week, a month, you have the rest to follow. And it allows you to have that more fulfillment from life, because you have less times where you'll be sad or feeling negative energy, because you have so many pillars holding you up away from this pit of sorrows in a way. So I think it's very important that we structure our lives around this, and that we don't rely on specifically our happiness. I'm talking in this example on one thing. Keep your eggs spread out. Yes, there are times where you want to put some of your eggs into one basket more than others, and that's perfectly normal. But the key is to create the balance overall in the long term. Because like I said, without this balance that you create yourself, you don't find it, you create it, right? It's very important that you have to strive to create your own balance. You balance your own time. No one else is going to timetable you for you. You have to do that. You have to be your biggest critic, right? So if you create this balance around your life, you will avoid the ego death that I talked about earlier. And that's where you just completely lose sense of self. You don't know who you are. You just hit a rock bottom of rock bottoms, right? You feel worthless, your ego's taken over, and you feel like you are nothing in a way. So the key takeaway from this video is structure. Make sure you look around your life after this video and see, how many pillars, that Spencer's talking about do I actually have? Is there a correct amount? No. But the amount that you want to have is more than just one. Because as the example I gave, if this one pillar is removed, you'll crumble. And there's times where a lot of pillars will fall. In times of despair, through loss, grieving, etc. A lot of these pillars and your structure goes out the window because an overwhelming feel of emotions occurs, which destroys all sense of routine and structure. But it's really important to try and keep some sort of balance there, because that will just lead down a darker and darker hole. So once you feel confident in creating this balance and finding new places that almost build up structures from, keep at it and keep pushing through. And I promise you, you'll find more fulfillment throughout life. I'll leave you with a quote by Jana Kingsford. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create.